I had always been a person of science and reason. I believed in facts, in hard work, in what I could touch and see. But 2 years ago everything changed. On a stormy night in October, I found myself lying in a hospital bed, my body broken from a car accident. The doctors had shaken their heads at my condition, multiple fractures, a concussion, and a heart problem they didn't expect me to survive. I remember looking at the white ceiling and feeling completely alone. All the wealth and pride in my life vanished in an instant, and all that remained was a simple, desperate plea: God, if you're real, help me. For the first time in my life, I prayed. I cried out between sobs, God, I need you. Please show me I'm not alone. In that dim hospital room, as thunder rumbled outside, I felt a warmth on my shoulder as if someone was gently touching me. I opened my eyes, there was no one there, just the nurses rushing down the hall. But in that moment I felt a presence. A deep peace flooded my heart, and a calm voice whispered in my mind, Child, I am here. It was as if a light of hope had pierced the darkness of my fear. The pain in my body didn't disappear, but my heart felt strangely at ease. I thought, maybe this is just the pain medication working, or my mind playing tricks. But over the next few days, as I lay in the hospital, my recovery began to surpass every expectation. Specialists told me that my injuries should have left permanent damage. Yet day by day, bone by bone, nerve by nerve, I started to heal in ways they couldn't explain. One morning, a week after the accident, I woke up with a feeling of overwhelming gratitude. Sitting up, I realized I could move without pain for the first time in months. My surgeon walked into the room with test results. Things that should have taken months of recovery had miraculously resolved almost overnight. I was asking about medication, and he was telling me I might not need it. I whispered a prayer of thanks and burst into tears. At that moment, even though I still had big bandages and an IV in my arm, I knew something beyond science had healed me. As I began to walk again on trembling legs, I kept asking myself, why me? Why did this happen? I remembered the voice in my mind that night. I wasn't sure if it had been real, but I knew my life felt different. I started reading a tattered Bible a nurse had found under my bed. In it, I read words like, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147 verse 3. Every verse seemed to speak directly to me. I felt tears of joy and repentance, realizing God had been with me all along, even when I had doubted Him. Once I got home, I began to share this experience with my family. They were shocked. I had never been religious before. But the look in my eyes convinced them I believed. My little sister held my hand and said, I prayed for you. I told her, I know. I think God answered all of our prayers. In the days that followed, small miracles kept happening. The hole in my heart condition had closed as if it never existed. The doctors gave me a clean bill of health, something they couldn't explain. My bed that first night back was peaceful. I woke up to the sound of birds singing outside, something I hadn't noticed in years when I was so busy living. Looking back now, I realize God worked in mysterious ways in my life. He used this accident, something I once saw as my worst moment, to lead me back to Him. I remember another night shortly after I got home. I was sitting on my porch watching the stars, wrapped in a blanket of blankets because I still felt weak. I whispered to God, thank you for saving me, even when I didn't believe. Suddenly, a shooting star blazed across the sky. I gasped. It felt like God was answering me again, reminding me that He is real, loving, and near. My days are not free of problems. I still struggle with doubts and fears sometimes. But now, I face them with prayer and faith. When I feel scared or weak, I close my eyes and remember that touch on my shoulder in the hospital and the gentle voice that said, I am here. That truth carries me through the hardest times. It's not that I don't have struggles anymore, it's that I know I'm never alone in them. Every Sunday now, I go to a small church, something I would never have imagined before. The congregation is warm and welcoming. I've shared my story with them, how God took the shattered pieces of my life and made me whole again. When people come up to me afterward, their eyes often shine with tears of hope. They say, "That's so inspiring," and I realize my experience isn't just for me, it's a gift I'm meant to share, to remind others that God still works miracles today. Sometimes I wonder how to put all of this into words. I'm no poet or writer, but I do know this: there's a purpose for every story, and maybe mine can give someone out there the courage to pray, to hope, to believe. If you're listening to this right now and you're going through your own dark night, please hear my words: call out to God. Cry out with all you have. You may not feel it immediately, but He's listening, and He will answer in His time. This journey from hopelessness to faith has been miraculous. I've seen the love of God in the kindness of strangers, in the comfort of family, and in that quiet voice within me. I can't explain everything in human terms, all I know is that my life has been changed forever. And now, I want more people to know that same hope. If this story touched your heart or gave you a glimmer of hope, please consider subscribing. Here on this channel you will find more such stories, parables, prayers and Christian songs, uplifting content that points us back to the Lord. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you and fill you with His light.